All right, man. Let's talk about the last 2 days of trading, man. I meant to trade yesterday, but I had a lot of stuff going on. But today I am free, so we're gonna talk about these three trades that I took, three good trades that I had yesterday. So let's move this over here. Yeah, if y'all boys don't know nothing about Fire Force, y'all niggas sleep. Please wake up. You feel me? But we're gonna talk about today. Today is June 5th, 2025. The markets were amazing today. Dang, it's still moving crazy. Market's still moving dumb. Market's still moving dumb. But yeah, markets were moving insane today. Like this price action today was chef's kiss. You feel me? So we had two great trades. Now I'm upset today. Let me tell you how I lost. Let me tell you how I lost all of my profits. Okay, earlier today in pre-market, I traded and I was down like probably like $600. I think I hit a trade. That trade put me up $300. So I was up $300 for the day. Ended up taking another trade. I lost that trade. I lost that bread, and I was down $182. Right, $185. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get off the markets for today. This trade right here, right? This trade right here. I took this trade. Now I got out like right here because I'm like, dang, this finna hit my stop loss. More than likely, that's gonna come and hit my stop loss. Let me get out the trade. I got out the trade, taking the loss, run straight to my TP. I wanted to crash. I wanted to break my computer, but it's okay though. It's okay though. We only down for today $386. I just went over my losses with y'all. You know, I was trying to get in for sales like up here. I was getting in this chop. That's how I lost my bread. I tried to get in for sales up here. It didn't want to go lower when I was in. I kept getting stopped out. So I ended up losing. That's just the point. You know, that's just the name of the game. Then it ended up dumping. I closed my laptop. It dumped. So I tried to get back in right here. This was just a retracement. This is a retracement. 50% of this area, 50% of this range, which OT, if we would have hit OTE, because this is OTE, if we would have hit OTE of this range, it would have been a much cleaner setup. And we also had a wickless candle right here. So I was like, dang, we might come up to that area. So I thought my entry was bad, which it wasn't a bad entry. You know, it's okay though. I'm not mad. I'm only down a few. What's the name? We actually didn't even come to 50% of this market. My stop loss was at 50%. I just had a lot more. I had a lot of reasoning of why I like the market could crash. You feel me? Like the market could mean it could go back up. We also had a little sweep of liquidity to break that area and break to the upside. We could have continued up higher. So it just looked like, hey, we might fall. But I just got caught in the chop, took my L, then it ran to my TP. It is what it is. But yeah, we'll go to like the 15 minute. We'll talk about this trade while we're here. And the side of this 15 minute, as y'all can see, this is a first hour presented for value gap that we came into. So that was what made me want to take this trade. We also was inside of another 15 minute for value gap, but you don't want to just trade confluences. In my opinion, we're inside of this demand zone. Like, we look at this, like you see all of this like volume in here, and if we do put our volume out, hold on, we do make the little volume thing. Where's the volume indicator? So we drag like this. I think I gotta drag it. I forgot how this thing works. Dang, how this stuff works. Boom, there we go. So we was looking at this. You can see right here, right in this area, like somewhere in this area would have been the best place to put your trades in, and you could have bottom ticked this or top ticked it because of the fact that this is not a lot of volume. So if we're going downwards, right up here, we can see that we have a bunch of selling pressure, right? When we climb up a little bit, it's a bunch of orders up here. You can look at orders like a blockage. You feel me? Look at it like a blockage. So where there's the least amount of orders, that means more orders can get filled and manipulate the market. So this will be a perfect place to what's it called? I didn't notice that until later though. You feel me? I didn't notice that till later on. And yeah, that's probably the wrong way to look at it. That's probably the wrong. That's just how I look at it. It's been working for me. So hey, I don't really care. But yeah, this trade right here, tapped in the first hour, first presented for value gap. This was a nice little cool trade. Ended up taking an L off of it, even though it ran to my TP. Cool though. This trade right here. Go to the 1 minute. Let's go to the 5 minute. Trade right here. Was pretty nice. A pretty nice little scout. You know what I'm saying? We just came up here, this market, when I tell you the market's moving extremely crazy today. So we came down here, swept out these lows, then pushed up instantly up to these highs. Now right here at this area, I was looking to take buys because I'm like, okay, we might be bullish for today. You feel me? After we just took out these lows and started to continue and break these lows right here, I'm like, we might be bullish for today, right? So I was like, I'm about to click buy. Boom, it shot up straight up to this high up here, creating that high up there. Let's delete that. Swept London highs, push back down, push back. So now that I'm seeing we're getting selling pressure and we created the SMT right here, once we broke through this area right here, and pretty strongly, that's when I entered in, right? Entered in for sales, aiming for these lows down here, because I really thought we were going to continue downwards like we did today, like down here. Today we continue downwards, but we didn't do that. Hold on, I'm trying to delete this volume thing down here. We didn't do that. We swept this liquidity and went back up to the upside, took these highs again, and pressed down lower. That was that trade. Then I had another trade over here, which I didn't actually enter in this trade. And I'm going to tell you how. So I had this trade marked out. It was like right here. No, this wasn't it. Where was that trade at? It was this trade. This trade right here. See, if we go to... I had my trade... I had this level marked out, right? Hold on, let me mark it out. Spot on. So I have my level marked out, and I actually have it in my Discord server. Let me go to it real quick. This is not my Discord server. From Discord is in the description too, by the way, if y'all, because a lot of y'all be asking. So yeah, it's in the description. Dang, how do I go from disable? Okay, maybe it'll work now. Yeah, there we go. Sham. Let's go. Okay. And I was talking about how I sold so bad here and stuff like that. No, so bad there. So I be calling out my trades, even in the public, what's the name? I don't even be calling like that in my normal, what's it called? Even in the public VC, I be calling it out. This was an amazing trade I took last night. That was the trade I took last night. Great trade. It just was clean. Trying to find it. Was this when it was? So it should have been in here somewhere. No, it wasn't this. I don't know where it's at. It's not popping up anywhere, so I don't know. But yeah, though. And this was on what day? June 3rd. So it should have been in here somewhere, bro. Should have been here somewhere. Let me see. Yep, here we go. Look, as y'all can see, I had that level marked out. I had my what's the name on the 1600 and 21,760. It didn't hit that level. Now, why did I want that level though specifically, right? Because if we look over here to the left side, we have a bunch of lows. I like to trade with previous lows and stuff like that. I like to use those as my entries, and that's because, you know, if you trade supply and demand and all that different type of stuff, which I don't, but if you do, where's the 60? It's this one, I think. I think it's one of these. I don't know. It's one of these somewhere. But I like to use these as my as like some entry models, because as you look at these, dang, my chart is freaking confusing. Let me turn this off. If you look at these previous highs and previous lows, like this low right here, even though we didn't fully tap this one, this previous low lines up with the first presented fair value gap. When we come into this fair value gap or come into this area, what do? Proceed to push up higher. You know what I'm saying? Let me see another time. Right here, this was a previous high, right? If we go back in time, this was a previous high we made, right? Previous high we made, and we still use this area as a support beam. Still uses it. As soon as we touched it, we came back down. We broke through here. Now I'm looking at this. Now, since this was our last previous high right here, I'm going to use this as a I'm going to see if it's going to break through this high or continue to go, if it's going to break downwards to the upside or continue up higher through this high, right? So, boom. We continue up higher. We actually put, and boom, we broke through it right there. That's why I called it, right? If we go to like the 5 minute, we broke through this high pretty strongly. That shows me, and we had an SMT that it just tells me that we're going to continue lower, right? So, that's how I use the previous highs and previous lows for entry models, stuff like that. I actually used it again over here. You feel me? Let me delete these drawings. We got another previous high right here, right? And you could just see how like consistent this is. I don't trade supply and demand, but a lot of people trade supply and demand, and it makes sense because this areas like these make a lot of sense. Because if we're looking at this, right? Looking at this, and I'm letting y'all boys know a lot of stuff right now. So make sure y'all boys subscribe. And I didn't expect it to be this long either, but let's just talk about trading overall. We're looking at this, right? Power 3. We come up over here. More than likely, if we go back in time, let's go back in time real quick. Doom. Let's go back. Replay mode right here. Now, how I like to trade is I like to pair up things with each other, right? I like to pair things up with each other. So we go back. Let's go back right here. This is on the 1. This is on the 5 minute. So boom. We don't need this. Let's turn these indicators off. So boom. Which one? This would be this area right here, right? So boom. What I like to see, we got us a sweep of liquidity on ES, but Nasdaq hasn't taken this level, right? This Nasdaq hasn't taken this high, right? Which you can't enter in around in this area, like around in this range, anywhere be up here, and I just have my if you do enter, like it comes in this area, right? Pushes in this area, you enter in here. I would just have my stop loss right here, have that, right? But what I tend to do is wait to see if we will push up, what's the name, right? We're going to push up higher. And that's what we do. Now that we just swept liquidity right here, which is manipulation, because overall, if we look at this, all we were doing was accumulating, right? Now we just manipulated above a previous higher time frame. What's the name? Higher time frame narrative. We just swept above, and we just knocked out internal and external highs right now, right? So if you want to be like Powell or the TikTok niggas that be bottom and top ticking, you can try to put in an entry right here, add a 10-point stop loss, and let that thing ride. What I tend to do is to wait. Even though this would be what I'd be looking for. I'd be looking for this, and I know I can enter off of this, but I just need more confirmations. Now, after I see that, I want to see us inverse this candle, right? Or just at least come into 50% of this range, right? But we get this inverse like that, something like this. This gives me enough confirmation that I'm going to continue down lower. Now, if you want to wait, you can wait for the next candle, and boom, this can be your confirmation as well. Now we just broke through those up closing candles right here, right? These candles that pushed us up to the top, we just broke through those right here. Make this a little bit more bold. Broke through those right there. Now you can enter in here, have your stop above this area, right? Stop risking 600, take profit. Where's our next sell side liquidity? We got multiple areas. You can have sell side liquidity right here. Stop loss. Take profit going down here. Let's just do 60. Now we want 50 like that. We have something like this. This can be a trade. Now you can also risk waiting for the pullback, because sometimes, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes the pullback doesn't tend to happen. I think we do get a pullback here though, but the pullback doesn't happen all the time, right? But I would typically enter off of this candle right here, up here though. That'd be my entry, to be honest, because I view that as that tells me it's a lot of selling pressure coming in, because this is on the 5 minute. So we look on the 1 minute, as you can see, we worked through here a little bit as well. But let's go back to the 5. Have that pullback. You can put in another contract right here. Sell. Bring this up a little bit. Put in another contract right there, and then let that thing ride. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Hey, stop. Hey, it is what it is, though. But y'all get the gist of what I'm talking about, right? Do we run down to TB after that? Yeah, we do. But y'all get the gist of what I'm talking about. That's embarrassing. Oh well, I can't change anything about it now. Shoot, what y'all want me to do? Cut it out? Nigga, I look like one of number one. Nah, bro, I'm not gonna do all that. But yeah, though, that's just typically what I do. We usually hunt manipulate above areas, and then we come down, hunt some more areas. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's all we typically do. Now we're creating this range. As you can see, when we get to these areas again, that's what I was talking about. When we get to these previous highs and these previous lows, we tend to respect them. You see, we come to this high again, even though we ran through it a little bit. We ran 20 points above it, we still proceeded to push down lower right afterwards. And now we're going to, now watch this. This is another thing I want to show you. Now this is a previous high right here. This is a previous high. Let's see if we use it as support now. Boom. Look, you see how we use this as support and rise up afterwards? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a really good scrap. You feel me? It's a really good scrap. I like to use that as for entry models, sell models, all of that different type of stuff. But yeah, man, I didn't mean to ramble on like that today. Like I said, pretty good day today, even though I did end up losing like $300, but $300 is nothing. We can make that back. I'll show y'all. I don't know if the P&L is still here. This is the account for right now. Yeah, the P&L is not here. But yeah, this is the account for right now. $51,225 in there. I still need to trade to Wednesday or Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. I still need to trade to Tuesday in order for us to get the move to the funded. And when we get to the funded, I'm gonna be taking y'all on the journey with me of getting the payout on the take profit thing, and then running this thing up to $10,000 a month. More than that, hopefully, in the name of Jesus Christ. But God loves y'all, boys. I catch y'all in the video. Peace out.